Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stream. My name is Plamot, your local dude playing gacha games on a free-to-play basis, showcasing what it's like to be, well, as a free-to-play gacha gamer. So, it's another glorious day for us to play some Duet Night Abyss, which is a new and upcoming gacha title. Free to play, by the way. It is currently in its second closed beta test phase, which we were lucky enough to get access to. Thank you, by the way, for the developers. Now, it seems I have managed to fix the issue where I was not able to tab out, because seemingly lowering the settings to almost the bare bone minimum did the trick. And even lowering the settings to the bare minimum, almost the bare minimum, the game still looks quite pretty. To be precise, I only left, I believe, 2 settings up relatively high in comparison to the others, which is the visual, the texture quality, I think, if I can find it. Yeah, the texture quality is at high. The texture filtering is also at very high, and I think the field of view was the other one. If I can find it. The depth of field quality. So only these settings are set to high, everything else is either set to the bare minimum or turned off. And with these settings, I think I still managed to find a balance point where the game doesn't look utterly like dog shit. And I am able to tab out without issues and do stuff while streaming, because yet again I cannot emphasize it enough, just so that people don't misunderstand. The game looks gorgeous. Well, it's Unreal Engine, I believe. The game runs on a potato as a result, and I have zero issues running the game on almost the highest settings on a relatively mid-tier PC that I possess while I am not streaming. The only reason I have to lower the settings is because while streaming, OBS and the stream as well uses most of my GPU, and I'm having issues with my monitor setup when I'm trying to tab out of the game every single time on those higher settings. That would normally be, again, zero problems. Also, hello Garderobe, sorry for not welcoming you sooner. I just wanted to finish my monologue, which I feel I have a obligation to do so, because it's just fair. So with that said, again, these are the settings I'm gonna roll with. The game looks way worse than the last time I played it, but I have to roll with it because this is the best I can do currently. I also was thinking about the game, thought about what I said about the game, and it kinda hit me that not only it has many Warframe references, either the options or the gameplay, it actually has many functions like Warframe. For example, when I was looking at these devil cards for the first time, it didn't hit me, if I can find them at least. Even the pets. So the devil cards actually are equivalent with the mods in Warframe. Mods in Warframe were the same thing as these devil cards, where Warframes had like 8 slots or 10 slots, and weapons had also like 8 or 8 slots, I believe, where you could insert Warframe mods and weapon mods to enhance your character and your weapons. This is kind of the same thing. The Warframes and the weapons had a limited amount of space that you could use, which increased via leveling up and other ways. In Warframe, I don't even recall what was called. Here it's called Tolerance. It works the same way. With a brand new weapon, you have 20 points to play with. With a level 10 weapon, you have 30 points to play with. And I don't know if it can go higher, but it can probably go higher. Bottom right corner. Thank you, Garderobe. Yeah, okay. And also, yeah, I think the weapon can be leveled up as well. I don't know if I want to level up the weapon. I don't even know why she uses this weapon when I wasn't on it. But, oh well. Yeah, okay, Unreal Engine 4. Yes, and they continuously update the beta test launcher and game like on a daily basis, it seems, because it just got updated again. So they are working on it. I also gave my 4, whatever it is called, feedback survey. Oh yeah, the surveys, I just filled them out. It was 6 surveys, I believe, or at least 4. I remember 4, but according to the title, it's 6. Whatever. I filled out those surveys. I gave my feedback back to the devs. Now, personally, I haven't sent any emails or personal feedbacks to the email address that was given. Nor I think the devs care about my little thoughts and process, but nevertheless, I tried my best. And yeah, I also highlighted my issues about the current bugs, the current features, and some of the options that I am a little bit concerned of. First and foremost, if we are talking about, you know, this game being a hybrid mix, like a hybrid mix of Genshin Impact and Warframe, which is the 2 closest game I can come with similarities to this, then yeah, we have the Genshin aspect of the free exploration and the combat, and probably the elements as well, which I haven't yet discovered how they would work and mix match, but whatever. However, if we look at the Warframe side, the gunplay, the current gunplay, at least in the early game, feels very miserable, as you may have seen and probably see for the relative future. I am not gonna use any of the guns because they feel miserable. Imagine like playing Warframe with melee weapons only. Also, I think her name was Sibele. Whatever her name was, or no, Rebecca, the opening character. Her ultimate was basically like an Excalibur ultimate. It just didn't click with me at the time to realize that, but yeah. And, well, her skill that I'm using, it could be considered like an Octavia ball. But instead of just reflecting damage, it just does AoE damage and whatnot. But okay, to be fair, these kind of skills are all over the place in every game, not just Warframe. I'm just making the Warframe reference because, like, everything else seems heavily implemented or borrowed from there. Which isn't a bad thing because, like I said, I think Warframe is one of the more successful and more better free-to-play games out there in the market currently. However, like I want to start this and want to say this, but haven't managed to say it yet. My concerns is just because you slap Warframe mechanics into this game and mix Genshin and Warframe together doesn't really necessarily mean that it will work out. For example, can you imagine Warframe as a game where you are unable to farm Warframes? And I'm not just talking about Prime Warframes for the parts, but the general base Warframes as well in general. And you cannot farm your weapons, you cannot farm your Warframes, you may be able to farm your mods, I haven't figured that out, and you are able to craft, okay. But again, crafting and farming your mods is one thing. Not being able to farm your Warframes and your weapons is another. Now, it is questionable, are we able to farm for pools or the premium currency that we can exchange for pools in this game? Because if we can, then I think there will be no problems, that's number one. Or we will have an option, like in Warframe, to trade with each other. Because let's be honest, in Warframe, you could get your hands on premium currency and other goodies just by trading without having the need to spend any money. And fun fact, Warframe is also a free-to-play game. It's been out for many years now, and it shows continuous success. So, and for anyone in the future who might argue, but hey, this is a free-to-play game, this needs to sustain itself somehow, well, Warframe is the same. Yes, Gardrob, I was just about to say that. So, just because it has like Warframe stuff in it, doesn't mean it will pair well with gacha systems. And that is my biggest concern that this game might fill. Because Warframe, as we know it, people love to farm their stuff. People do it, in fact, as well. Here, not only you are probably not able to farm your Warframes, or in this case their characters, and your weapons. But even if you do, let's assume the best case scenario, even if you are able to farm those. Number one, it's gonna be on a very low like drop rate or low end that you are able to farm it, and you will be tied to your energy, which is currently 240 for me. I don't know if that will increase with character level or anything else, but I think this 240 is static. That's just my assumption. Yes, this game has dupes, and you can strengthen the character with dupes. Now, on the other hand, I can also... and before I go on the other hand, so another concern is Warframe, as we all know it, has been dubbed as Fashion Frame by the community. Now, we also did seem that there are cosmetics in this game, but again, those become kind of pointless, where one, the cosmetic selection isn't as rich as Warframe's, but that's not an issue. That's not the biggest issue, because they can expand the cosmetics over time. The bigger issue is, like, again, if you cannot obtain your Warframes via farming or playing the game because it's locked behind the gacha system, then people might not even care about as much for the cosmetics in this game, aka this might never become another quote-unquote fashion frame, or in this case a Duet Night fashion, if I have to come up with a nickname real fast. Now, on the other hand, with this system implemented, I can also see a very small minority of whales spending a fuck ton of cash to obtain all of the characters and the cosmetics, and, you know, be like that. And even if the ratio is like 1 to 100 or 1 to 1,000, so like there's very few people who might do that, if the game is compelling enough and those very few people do actually do it, then number one, the game will be able to sustain itself via those players, those whales or dolphins, whatever, those who spend a lot of money for the characters and the cosmetics. And number two, the game might see success. That's the other side of the coin, which is also a possibility. I do think that is a lower probability than the previous one that I mentioned about the concerns, but hey, it's still a possibility that might come to fruition. I did not know that, Gardrobe, and also I was not able to see and test the multiplayer functions or the co-op functions yet, nor was I able to confirm is there any trade system, is there any auction house, you know, stuff like that. But I do manage to confirm that yes, we have character mods, the demon cards, we have demon cards or weapon mods as well. We have pets similar to like the cats, the dogs, and the robotic, you know, companions we had. I even have one now floating around me. I used this one instead of the purple rare pet that I had, even though the rare pet that I obtained boosts hydro damage, because would be nice because she is a hydro character. This little pet here actually gives us more drops and materials, but on a random chance basis. I'm not sure what number it is, but hey, I'm materialistic, so more chance over, or more drops over more damage. Also, I have very sufficient damage here in the early game, I don't need. Yeah. Smita Kavat is just a variant. The Kavat is the cat. There were the dogs as well. Kubrov, I think it was Kubrov, the dogs. And you know, we had the mechanical robots as well. Yeah, basically it's like that. They can also be used in combat. Although not like the Kavat and the Kubrov, the cat and the dog, because they could run freely. It's more like those little robots where they are staying closely attached to you. Oh, yeah. Okay, I see. Yeah. It has kind of the Smita Kavat effect attached to a robotic pet. If I were to give the Warframe equivalent, yeah. Correct. Sentinels, yeah. That was it. Thank you. Yeah, it was Sentinels. But there were like 2 good Sentinels for me back in the day. The one that used the shotgun, and there was another I cannot even remember. But it did auto looting, auto scanning, open the lockers and whatnot. I think one of it even had like a built-in revive with a specific mod, whatever. Like I'm mixing too many things here right now. It's almost been a decade since I last played Warframe, if not more. So with that amount of yap out of the way, let me check again. Yep, I am still able to tab out without any issues, which is great. GPU is currently sitting at a comfortable 60%. So yeah, I'm gonna roll with these settings. I could fiddle and optimize it to go a little bit higher in the settings, but to be fair, like I said, I'd rather keep the fluent stream going on a 60 FPS 1080p than have a slightly better visuals with lackluster experience. So let's continue with the story. Also, side note, the forging and whatnot, I only tried it a few times, but I think that works the same as the foundry in Warframe, aka the forging method in Warframe, where you start forging and you...
Got the crystallo with you?
And you have to wait a certain amount of time for the forging to finish or the crafting. But yeah, obviously, before you had like the specific sentinel, the specific companions, the specific mods, you had to scan yourself. Either with the normal scanner or with the faction scanner for faction points as well.
I'll need to check it in my office. You stay here. No snooping around. Understood?
Oh yeah, and also like in the space derelict, you could find some of the Kavats as well, the quote-unquote invisible Kavats where you have to scan them manually, I think. But I think it was working with the auto-scanning function as well, because it could scan the invisible Kavats on the derelict. Or whatever the place was called, you know, the abandoned air spaceship.
A flower pinned in your hair would really make you look good.
Oh my god, does it look bad on the eyes? Holy shit. Ouch. Well, I am on the lower end of settings, so...
Henrik know about this?
But, yeah, there's a very clear difference between playable character on the left versus NPC on the right. Holy shit, those eyes. Like, I understand I'm on the lower end of the settings, but oh my god, that looks terrible. I know. Well, it is what it is. I mean, in a sense, I am glad I went with the minimal settings right now, because we get to see the uncomfortable, almost I want to say ugly side of the truth as well. But hey, it's still okay, because in the end, if it means that this game can run on a potato, either be it a PC or mobile device, then yeah, I will gladly take this face over, you know, not being able to play a game, because it does widen the audience range. And it's just an option. This is not a mandatory thing.
Could you wait here for a moment Elisa.
It's just funny.
I'll be right back.
That's why I'm only pointing it out, because it's not every day I see this. And nor do people want to see this.
Mr. Henrik doesn't allow outsiders to come in, and you two got off on the wrong foot back then. If he sees you... You're here for the lodging stuff, aren't you? Don't worry. Just hide here for a bit. I'll talk to Mr. Henrik again.
And yeah, aside from like the male protagonist that we are playing and that one character from the very beginning cutscene, the blonde-haired antagonist who was next to the purple lady, who had the weird voice that doesn't really match together, the voice and the looks. Everything else seems relatively good on the voice acting side. So I only have issues with the male MC and that one-time character.
Really? That's great. But that man is so domineering. How did you make that happen? Really? Does he need any medicine? I've got some. Can you bring it to him?
Oh, that's all right. He's got his own supply at home. Anyway. Mr. Henrik seems quite...
No, I'm fine.
Good to hear that. Speaking of which, do you know what kind of research he's doing in there?
Human experiments.
I don't know. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean...
That's all right. I was just curious.
Many people feel that way, I assume.
Must be on Henrik's demand.
To be fair, I think the game does a good job if people don't feel that kind of way. So for example, in like Honkai Star Rail, in Penacony, when I received options, I always went with the funny, funky, or what I felt most character appropriate. In Amphorius, I always went with the more realistic option, because I was so out of touch with the game. I always went like, yeah, fuck you, so I'm gonna answer like this, or, you know, like that. Or, I just don't want to hear your yap, so I'm gonna stay silent, etc. So I wasn't in character, I wasn't in with the lore. Back in Penacony, I was like, oh my god, I gotta see this option. Oh my god, okay, this Paperfold University is full of wackiness, so I'm gonna go all with the wacky answers, etc. You know what I'm saying? So whenever there would be whenever you feel like answering like, no, do it your fucking self, you lazy prick option, that's bad. And not because you want to answer it that way, it's because the game is made up in a way where you feel like that should be an option.
Yes.
And I understand. I totally do.
Are you doing okay? You didn't tell me.
It's just a minor ailment. I was even strong enough to explore the pit with you, remember? Don't worry about me.
To be fair, interestingly enough, I don't know if you have noticed, but subconsciously I'm only skipping the male's voice lines because it's so terrible for me. Like, I just don't want to hear it.
I've got off on the wrong foot with Mr.
Really?
But CK or Psyche,
Always at home.
I'm listening to
You're
it.
welcome to visit anytime.
No problems.
She says it's okay. If you'd be willing to come here and share stories about your hometown, the south, the ocean, all those places we've never been.
Yeah, I don't think
Everyone here
too many of us like
will.
fetch quests, but you know, that's the lazy way to do quests.
Which means this
Now,
place is
with that said,
all the time.
is a few fetch quests every now and then a sin? Of course not. but
Better go
making
downstairs.
it the majority of your quests can be very annoying very fast.
Here, take these cakes with you. They'll keep you going when you're hungry. Oh, just a moment.
There are some games that do this correctly though, where surprisingly they have many fetch quests, but
Carrying a flower brings
more or less
luck.
each of those fetch quests, even if they are side quests, are done in a relatively unique way. I don't know if you have ever heard of or played of what was its name? I think it was something similar of the lines of Kingdom of Amalur: Le Reckoning, something like that. It had a fuck ton of side quests, but hey, I think that game was fire back in the day. I could think of it otherwise now that I'm older, but that's how I remember it.
Time to collect some intel downstairs.
So if you, even if by principle or at the very core it's a fetch quest, if you know it has an interesting story, it has memorable characters, it has unique dialogues and so on and so forth. So if it's done well, basically, then having huge amounts of fetch quests might actually not be a problem. Because then, instead of, you know, feeling like it's a fetch quest, it's more like you know the outcome, which is the fetch quest, but you are looking forward to what that fetch quest has to offer, instead of like looking at it, great, another fetch quest. It's like, okay, another fetch quest, which means I'm gonna hear or see or experience, witness another good story or another good mechanic or another interesting character, etc. I mean, I think that's subjective. I don't see an issue why I don't see it being an issue if the place has many robotics and cybernetic stuff. Like, it could be sci-fi as well as fantasy. It doesn't necessarily just have to be fantasy. I mean, if you think it logically, yes, on one end, it kinda doesn't fit the Genshin Impact vibe, that it has robotics and cybernetics. But it does hit the Warframe vibe. Because, you know, cybernetics and stuff, it's very Warframe-like. Also, to be fair, just the aesthetics of the city doesn't really scream like super fantasy. It screams like a hybrid of both worlds. Like both architecture, you know, technology, and so on and so forth. So I think the artistic style is kind of fitting. Like, you don't see it being full fantasy. You're saying yes, but don't give me quest to deliver the medicine to the lovely friend's house where he is. Well, I think I basically described that earlier. So I'm glad we are on the same page on that. Yeah. Oh, what is this? Are you a side quest? You probably are a side quest. Are you a side quest? Oh my god, this is the first time I think I see black screen white text in this game. Well, let's say I'm glad to see that some things never change, but some things never change, and indeed you are a side quest.
How boring.
Oh my god, another dice roll. Also, yeah, I don't know what's up with this, like Baldur's Gate type of D&D dice roll. I think this is just an extra RNG element that is super not well welcomed in that type of game like this. But maybe that's just me. Like, can you imagine this being in Genshin or in Warframe? Because I can't. Yeah, like I said, the ideas aren't bad, but you know, some things just don't fit together. Like you can take great ideas from multiple sources, but let me give you an example. Just because chocolate is delicious and good and pizza is delicious and good, chocolate and pizza might not be the best combination. Also, it's a little bit different topic, but let me go off topic for a bit because I'm gonna stream Limbus Company tomorrow. Well, at least that's the plan. I have been thinking about what you and well, you guys basically said, and to give you guys some credit, I have to agree that I might have been a little bit harsh on the game, considering it's an indie company, the Limbus Company that is, an indie developer. However, I do think that, number one, even if it's like for example, a restaurant franchise or a mom and pop's family restaurant, I do think that I should base the restaurant on the food quality and, you know, everything else that I should base a restaurant on, and not necessarily care about if it's a huge franchise or a family restaurant. That's number one. Number two, I do think that I should just say the facts as they are. And for example, if the franchise gave a meal for $10 and the family restaurant gave the meal for $12, yes, I would understand that, you know, it's a family restaurant, the price is a little bit higher, and let's say the quality and everything else is the exact same. I personally would give lenience to that and would pay the $12 instead of the $10. But again, that's just me. I'm gonna say the facts that, okay, this is $2 more expensive than everything else in the franchise. And I would just leave you as the audience to come to your conclusions. Is it worth to you? Is it not? I'm not gonna tell you that, yes, the extra $2 is worth it. I'm not gonna tell you that, no, the extra $2 isn't worth it. I'm just gonna tell you the facts that, hey, it's $10 in the franchise, $12 here. The food tastes like this, looks like this, smells like this, waiting time is that, etc. I think that's the fairest thing I can do, and everybody can come to their own conclusions if it's good enough, not good enough, etc. Because I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Like, even if I do want to be lenient towards Limbus Company, let's just say because it's an indie company, which I don't want to be lenient, like I said. I just gave you the explanation why. But let's say I do. Even if I do want to be lenient, I couldn't really find an answer. How should I be lenient? Should I not recognize mistakes? Should I not point them out? Should I only point out every 2 out of 3 things that are, I think, not good in the game? Or, you know, like, how should I be lenient and how far should I be lenient? Like, I find that bullshit. Just because it's an indie company, no. I'm gonna treat it the same way as every other fucking game, and then everyone can come to their conclusion how much they want to be lenient about it, because, oh my god, it's just an indie company. I get it. It's an indie company. Like in my example, it's a family restaurant versus a franchise. I'm gonna still look at it as what it can offer, and then me and everybody else can come to their conclusions that is it worth it enough, or is it justifiable that it has these quote-unquote flaws because it's a family restaurant, or in this case an indie company, or not. So that was my little sidetrack yapping. Let's continue and see what our dice roll will be like. Last note, I think that's totally fair.
How boring.
Gardrobe, I didn't say fast food restaurant. I never said fast food restaurant. I said restaurant chain. It's the same kind of restaurant. But it's, you know, like a multi-corporation with multiple restaurants, multiple locations, etc. But it's a restaurant. I'm talking about apples and apples, just difference in sizes and budget. So don't mix the two. Because, again, I know it's easy to mix what I said or hear something different, but I did never say fast food. I said restaurant chain. Now, okay, let's say, just to not make you feel a certain way, because I know that's also something to cater to as a content creator. Let's say you did hear correctly and that were the case that I said, which is not, by the way, but if I were to have said what you just said, if I were to have said fast food restaurants instead of restaurant chains, then yes, you would be correct. Oh my god, this is an enterable place. What do you mean in our country? I mean, probably, but let's say, for example, England. Do you know restaurant owned by chefs such as Gordon Ramsay or Jamie Oliver, for example? You know, so two no names. Just to make two examples. I wasn't thinking specifically in my country or for our country. Why should I limit something to my own country? Like, I shouldn't limit everything to my own country. I'm looking for examples all over the world if it exists, not just my own country. It's funny, actually, that you mention it, because I couldn't think of a restaurant chain from my own country. If there is. There probably is. So what can we do in this flower shop? Because we could enter it, but it seems like empty, bare bone. Maybe it will open up later. Well, that's you. I mean, if we are sticking with that example, well, I do have experiences with that. For example, I think Hoyoverse is that kind of a restaurant. It is huge. It has multiple game titles and practices how they make their games. Versus Limbus Company, who in this case, in the example, would be the family restaurant, the indie company. And again, I'm not talking about the real world example of those said fancy restaurants. I'm giving you the equivalent example, just to be more understandable. Well, fun fact, it is. I would not have expected that. Well, we will get to it when we will get to it.
If every carol.
Okay, I'm gonna roll for initiative again. Roll for initiative, motherfuckers! Oh, Tiny Tina. Ah, good old days.
If every carol.
Okay, what do we have here? A pet. Let's see if we have luck with this one. Yeah, looks bad. It's a fail. No, we got it. Another Pokemon captured. Sorry, not Pokemon, but you know. Well, fuck it. Another Pokemon. I don't know their names. Everybody knows Pokemon. Should I say another pal? Okay, I think it's faster to just teleport. Actually, I don't even have the marker. Where the fuck is the marker? Ah, okay. Actually, it is faster to teleport. Legally distinct capturable creature. Okay, that's a mouthful and a half. You're not wrong, though. Okay, things respawn on a daily basis, I assume. Because I cleared this map once, teleported back multiple times, and they weren't here again. Oh, hello there. Choo 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 choo. Fail. I still haven't figured out how to get rid of the earth element. So...
Are you inviting me on a date?
Are we going on an adventure today?
let me just try a few more times
Are you
and
inviting
see.
me on a date?
Let's play a game together.
Yep, she doesn't work. So it's not water, it's not whatever element this is, it's not fire, we already know it, it's not this element, it's fire.
Emergency supplies are packed.
I think this is a different element, let's see if she can break it.
For the peace that will come one day.
Maybe she could, but... yeah.
Emergency supplies are packed.
Are you inviting me on a
I mean, I still don't know how to open these earth-blocked enhanced chests. So, cutscene. Oh, hello! You look cute in that outfit. Guess it's one of those Pepeshi people again. Oh, not Pepeshi, that's Star Rail. Whatever it is called. Luna people.
Hands in the air.
Oh, hello. Were you guys attacking me all over the place?
A Luna who mocks and runs
Oh,
away
you're an
wants to
enemy.
mock another day. Just take that and let me off the hook.
Oh no, you are considered to be one of those loot goblins. Never mind. Yeah, the Luna loot. Okay. Interestingly, yeah, I forgot to mention I already encountered one of these. Oh, this is weird. This shouldn't be like this, but okay.
Oh, I've mucked it all up.
That text was a little bit
Get
choppy
rid of
and
that
buggy
just
there.
you wait.
So this Luna loot type of NPC reminds me of the loot goblin from Diablo, so they kinda inspired some ideas from there as well. To be fair, I think the Luna loot might actually work, the loot goblin, in this game. So like I said, some ideas are good and mix well together, some don't, in my opinion. Fail? Yeah. Did I miss something? Or was that the quest? I guess the Luna loot was the quest. Back to where? Also, after seeing quite a few things borrowed, quote unquote, or, you know, heavily inspired from many other games, I actually want to see what else they have in store for us, like, or do they have any unique things as well? Because again, some might argue that this is very bad that they only copy, borrow, whatever you want to call it, from other games. I would say that reinventing the wheel is pointless as well. So if there's already something that is working and good in other games and you can implement it as well, and it makes sense, then I don't see an issue why not. Especially if you can further enhance it or further improve it. Okay, let's go with the challenge. What do we have to do? I mean... oh. Okay, it was the shooting challenge.
If every carol.
Okay, Lunaloot has been defeated. Thank you. What is this? Familiar buyer portrait. Oh, I know what this game could use. We could use our own house or, you know, space and do decorations like wall decorations, furniture decorations and whatnot. That would totally be a part of Fashion Frame in my opinion.
Subject number 1.
Graffiti, we couldn't see much about that. I mean, hey, there's a chance that will happen. However, you know, as far as I see devs and their IQ and how they listen to feedback and how they view successful games, you know, mostly with envy and spite, and not like as a learning experience. I wouldn't be surprised if A, that would be very far in the future, or B, if it would not happen at all. See, just because it's like... Well, I'm not gonna go into that rabbit hole. But yeah, I agree with you that there's the possibility. Let's go with benefits, as we are low on that. Sibella. What? Okay. I don't even know what I accepted there. I was just holding down the space button. Okay. What do you mean the opposite guardrobe? Are you saying that there is no chance other games will implement the things that Expedition 33 implemented? I thought you just said the opposite.
How boring.
Because keep in mind, I said that, yes, I agree with you, there is a chance that future games might implement the same things that Expedition 33 did, and now you said you think the opposite. Oh, then you're not thinking the opposite, you're thinking differently, okay. So you think differently because on paper said game made money. I agree with that. So, so far it's aligning with my thoughts. It was hyped and achieved success. I don't know about the hype, but yes, it did achieve success, so we are still on the same page, okay. So why not copy them? I just said that a few minutes ago that why do you want to reinvent the wheel when there's something successful, you can just re-implement it or even enhance it, okay. I guess you missed that part as well. Let's continue. And you also wrote that's what Genshin did and it worked. Okay, kind of irrelevant, but maybe. It's basically watered down Breath of the Wild with gacha and... Okay, so another example. So basically you just said what I just said, and you said that you think opposite way. I don't see it, but hey, I guess it's fine. Oh, and you continued because I said it's not really so far in the future. China is very fast with copying stuff. I mean, okay, will it be out tomorrow then? Or next month? Next week? I mean, you can argue, but hey, in the end, I still think I am right.
How boring.
Sure. Again, I think what I said has a way higher probability than this happening. That has a it could be chance. So let's just stick to what I said, okay? Because I don't really see it coming out tomorrow, next week, or next month. Especially if you want to hit the Expedition 33 levels of depth to be at a successful game. Because I would argue that in that case, it needs even more time to be cooked, the game that is. Okay.
Come try these fine fruit.
What do we have here? Bottom line is, like I said before, yes, I still agree that games in the future might have the same mechanics as Expedition 33 because it was a relatively huge success. So that's it. Let's greet him. I mean, I don't really have battle scars because I was barely hit ever. I don't have any weapons or flashy thing. All I have is a little bit of money, I guess. Because let's be honest, everybody can make a sloppy Expedition 33 clone with just that battle mechanic and have zero substance, zero story, zero finesse, zero attention to details. And what would that make fuck, I cannot say the sentence. What would that make that game a slop fest? So yeah, it needs time. And to be honest, that is one of the issues with the Chinese game making, and not just game making, but in general, be it construction or anything else. Yes, they can do it fast, but can they do it well? Because, you know, doing things fast comes at a cost of, well, in both cases, be it, for example, construction or games, it comes at the cost of integrity. Again, okay, it's a race, but how do you want to win the race? Do you want to win the race by just having your car and pilot crash and die at the end by crossing the finish line first? Or you want to just win the whole championship of the race? To be fair, I do not know the answer to that. I would find that yes, some companies wouldn't care for anything else just to publish the first slop they can to copycat Expedition 33. However, I do want to believe that there are still some companies who give a fuck about the game quality and would rather not hastily just publish a copycat clone with said mechanics, since that's the topic, without any other context, and, you know, just aim for similar high quality end result or product like Expedition 33. If I look at what? QQ speed. Well, that's the thing. You're saying if I look at QQ speed, like what the fuck even is QQ? That's my point. Nobody gives a fuck, at least I don't. It's quite a huge thing to say nobody, but I don't give a fuck about that. I don't even know what the fuck it is. Everybody else knows what is Expedition 33 is, though. Hope that helps. Mom! Mummy! Mama! Stewie! Okay. Lower difficulty. It was difficulty 40 versus 60 and I had a base 82% chance. Okay, seems good. I'll accept whatever I have to accept. Oh, I'll definitely accept. Okay, so after doing the main story, it seems like the side story is gradually unlocked, which is good. Hello, do I have to destroy you?
Stupid.
I mean, based on your example of it could be, I could say the same thing. It could be that China will just build a new skyscraper from scratch by tomorrow, but yeah, I wouldn't want to be in that skyscraper if it's built in one day. Just so I turn back to my construction example. Again, like I said before, being fast is not an issue. It's the issue that most of the time they are fast by compromising other crucial components, specifically integrity. And when you compromise and make other sacrifices in other areas just to be faster and achieve more speed, then the overall result will not be better. In fact, in most cases it will be worse, and if the overall result is worse than the original was, then I don't really see how can that surpass or in most cases be even a success. Now there's also, again, there's a chance that it might see a bit of success, like it could be 25% of Expedition 33's like player base revenue, whatever, aka the success. But yeah, that's a whole different argument topic then. But I'm arguing that if they hastily rush it out, they wouldn't even meet that 25%, let alone the 100 or more. Like, why do you think these upcoming new gacha game titles as well haven't released yet? Why do you think that we are still in the closed beta 2, second closed beta testing with this game? Because it needs fucking time for it to be a quality product. Especially the bug fixing and testing phase. Because, again, I emphasized it many times and I cannot emphasize it enough. How the game is introduced first is ever so crucial and important that the devs get it right. Because if they don't, then yeah, players don't really usually give a fuck about second chances. Just look at how, for example, how bad it was for No Man's Sky and how much they had to do and still do to get out of their own initial mess. Now imagine if, like, for example, they would have delayed the launch of that game, let's say 3 months or 6 months, and instead come out with a game that it's more closer to the game that it's now. It would have been so better for them, not just on the short and medium, but on the long run as well. But nope, we all know history, it happened how it happened. And again, it's just a perfect example of what I'm saying. Now, to be completely fair, are there outliers to this rule? Possibly. I couldn't name an example, but I can imagine that there are some, you know, odd ones out. But does that make the rule? No. Do people want to bet on the slim chance of being another outlier for this rule? Like I said, maybe. I can see some Chinese company do it. And only Chinese company for that matter, because they emphasize the speed so much and they want to sacrifice everything else for whatever reason. It's very Chinese-like. So, yeah. I don't know, do you have anything else to add? Do you agree, disagree? Gardrobe? Or are we good now? Or should I continue with my explanation? Let me know. Okay, we can just teleport there. I mean, I could make the long jump, but this is just faster. And more accurate. I guess ulting at the right time, even when I would get hit, I think the ult makes us invulnerable for the ultimate animation. Which is good to know, because I had full health, full shields, and I was in the red circle, and the big guy was stomping at me or jumping at me. But when I hit the ult, I guess I was invulnerable. Similarly to like how I were in a cutscene, like previously with the other side quest. When I jumped down and I got into a cutscene, even though the mobs were shooting and hitting me, I was quote-unquote invulnerable. Okay, we got Alice's diary and we got a girl's old clothes. Oh, these are quest items. Ah, fiddlesticks. I so would have wanted to see we get our own house, own room, or own something and then decorate that. Similarly to like how we could decorate the Warframe ship. Well, one of the few ships. Well, the interior was the same no matter which ship you use, but you could even get ship exterior skins. Back at the time when I played Warframe, there were 4 exterior ship skins. Brand new vehicle sits something 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 something. Did I find something? What the fuck is this? No way. Can we steal the vehicle? Oh, hello there. I don't care about guards. So what happened here? Chaos. Okay, well, that happened. Oh, hello. Also, there seems to be more premium-like treats as well. I'm not sure how I feel about those. Yeah, it's probably their fuel. I was just kind of hyped that maybe, just maybe we could steal a vehicle and drive it. I mean, hey, at least I gained chaos points. And also we successfully tamed whatever lunar black cat that was. Yeah, I mean, I get it. I just don't know how to obtain the rarer balls, or if it's locked behind gacha, or if it's locked behind countless hours of crafting via farming, etc. Like, it could be anything. Hopefully it's just locked behind... Well, best case scenario, you can just obtain them in the world or shop them for the like, basic gold or credits. A little bit worse scenario if you have to craft it, but I think that's the most probable thing. You have to craft it via the crafting bench with materials that you collect in the world, but you might have to wait a certain amount of time, because that's how it was done in Warframe as well. Worst case scenario, it's locked behind gacha or some premium currency. Or let's say it's even worse scenario, it's a cash only thing. For the rarest of the rare balls in your example. Or in this case, pet food. Well, we will see. We will see. I mean, I would hate to see it in the cash shop, but also I would understand why it would be in the cash shop as well. If it's not only in the cash shop, but it's craftable as well, I think then it's still okay. If it's only in the cash shop, then we have issues.
My name is Annie.
Your name is Amnesiac Girl, so how are you, Annie? But let's disregard that. If you have amnesia, how do you know your name? Oh, Annie as Alice? Well, okay.
My name.
Well.
Annie!
Annie?
Annie!
Annie? I should click a little bit higher, not on the bottom right section where the answers could be. Or are. Well, okay, trial rank up. Also, I do wonder if we're gonna have trial rank exams like we have in Warframe for every level. So far we didn't have any, so I guess not. Also under the trash can. Coin! Okay. So what is this? Tutorial? Tutorial. Okay, that's more goodies to collect. Let's continue with the main quest, I guess. Side quests can wait. Also, before we even do the quest, I think we are already at full energy and whatnot. Can we go farming? I think that's more important right now. We are at 230 out of 230. Yeah, like, again, how the fuck, where is the easiest way to access the farms? I mean, huh? Is this it? No. There were the infinite farms, or whatever. Again, another big difference that in Warframe you just had to walk to the cockpit in your ship. There was no room to being lost. Like, imagine if you have to start each mission in Warframe by going to a specific planet, walk your way to the specific node, and then you can start the mission when you arrive there manually. Like, it could work, but I don't think Warframe would be the same, nor that people would appreciate it, and this feels like that. So it in a sense, that doesn't blend together. And the fact that I cannot find an easy access way to burn this fucking stamina is insane. I'm having trouble accessing a menu where I can actually burn it. It's fucking insane. There we go, finally. So, what the fuck do I even need? Well, this doesn't have the infinity symbol, so I guess this is just... Well, you know what, let's see. Let's do a 2 times this energy cost, because we are way overcapped. I don't think we tried this game mode again. Let's see what this game mode is about. Okay, so this is just like an extraction mission, basically. We just have to get to the elevator and exit the map. Okay, they will have elites in it. We need to defeat those. ABC, it could be a hacking map as well, but instead of hacking, we need to fight the 3 areas. Yeah, it's something more similar to like the hacking.
My
Yeah,
venom
okay.
is surging like my passion for love.
It will only start after activating the elevator. Yeah, this is basically the hacking mission. Like, it will only start after you start your first thing. Let me just quickly... Do we have the tactical? Yes, we have the tactical. Let me summon you and you.
Demon Tabitha
Ta-da!
the Red Hand has arrived.
I mean, I can already cheese it. There we go. Easy peasy. Just cut the whole map. As we can.
Found one of the soldiers of the Forsakens! The client asked us to prevent Supreme Glory from blowing up. So
Toy makers belong to the soldiers of the Forsakens. They are adept at modifying their surrounding environments and setting traps. In commission meditation, once the toy maker is defeated, bounce pads will appear on the retreat route of the facility. Okay, okay, so you need to die ASAP.
work in our favor. Let's go! That hurt!
Well, I guess that's one of them.
Hands in the air! Oh, this one looks tough. I'm out of here.
So the operating device is what? Do I want to activate this?
A Luna who mocks and runs away lives to mock another day. Just take these and just take that and let me off the hook.
Oh, I need it to be yellow. Okay. I thought it needed to be them to be white. Oh, okay.
No violent contact.
Okay, they are powerful. Okay.
Anesthesia and primary ready.
Okay. Let's ult because we can. And there we go. I don't even need to care about the BC bosses, it seems. I just need to get here, destroy the thing up above, and that's it. I mean, this is so far my favorite mission, and that's the case, because this is fast. Also, we see the barriers. What? Oh, these are not barriers, these are chests. I thought these were like barricades. Until it lit up F to open it. Oh, I mean, we still have to hurry up because the timer is still going. Oh, I guess the faster we do it, the more rewards we get, because now it turned purple, now that it went to sub 2 minutes. That's an assumption, maybe it has nothing to do with it. However, I do see two more chests here. Let's just hurry up. Another chest. Okay. That's that.
I will punish those who aren't faithful to love in the God of Love's name.
Yeah, we got a bunch of stuff. We don't know anything what it is. These are all mats, I assume. Yep. Similar to Warframe, the weapons do level up. Challenge it again. Okay. Let's see what happens if we defeat all ABC bosses before we enter to destroy the thing up
My
above.
venom is surging like my passion for love.
Yes, yes, your venom. Medusa venom. Again, these two helpers are kind of good. She is particularly good with the tentacles, like the two summoners. And she is the healer, the only healer that I have, so just for failsafe, I'll keep her here. However, I do think that I do not need a healer currently. It's not bad to have, though. Oh, this time we are starting at a different door. My bad. So it is procedural, in a sense.
We hit well.
Or roguelike, or however you want to call it, but it is a different thing. Okay, let's go.
Found one of the soldiers of the Forsakens.
Yeah, soldiers of the
The client asked
Forsaken.
us to prevent supreme
I
glory
mean-
from blowing up. So taking down these soldiers should work in our favor. Let's go!
Yep, there's one soldier. Do we have any chests? Not that I can see. Let's go for the BC, like I said, and see what happens. And we do take them out, and not just one of them. Oops, that's not long enough. Okay, they actually jumped to me, so... Come on, where do you want to go?
Come closer.
Tourniquet for hemorrhage.
Okay. It's 2 down. Are there any chests? Yes, there is a chest. I mean, loot over everything. Where the fuck is this last guy? Okay, taking a bit of damage. First time. Oh my god, what was that damage? Well, I'm glad I have the healer with me. Okay, first time I received quite substantial amount of damage. I luckily still don't know what happens if we die, cause that never happened, but oh boy was I close to it right now. First time I was sub 50 HP. Now let's go for the device. I think we are all stocked up. Fall down the thingamabob. Oh, I always forget that we need the yellow ones. I always aim for the white ones first for whatever reason. Okay, that's that. Chest. Come on, open. More.
Anesthesia and debridement ready.
Demon Tabitha the Red Hand's coming.
Those are indestructibles. These are though. So will there be any difference now that we defeated all three of those elites or whatever? That's the question.
I will punish those who aren't faithful to love in the God of Love's name.
I mean, I do see a slight difference in loot amount and rarity, so I guess defeating the ABC elite is more beneficial than just defeating one and running through. Okay. And well, that's that, because that's all the synergy we can use. So like I said, in Warframe this never happens. Here, after 2 runs, like, that's all you got, my friend. Like, this is one of my issues. Like, after you finish the story, finish the side quest, the exploration, what's left after that? Now, okay, to be fair, they will probably expand the game and patches, you know, with more story, more quests and whatnot. But still, there will come a time, like, just like with Honkai Star Rail, for me, like, you're finished with everything, you just log in, do your daily and log off. Like with Warframe, there's no such thing. You could do anything endlessly. To be fair, is there a point to do that? Maybe, maybe not. One can make the argument for both. And one could also make the argument that I might be a little bit over skeptical or over cautious. Maybe it will have no issues at all, the Duet Night Abyss being like this. However, I'd rather be cautious and skeptical and not regret anything than be overly optimistic and then have regrets when facing reality. I would rather be pleasantly surprised that I'm wrong than be disappointed again for having false hopes. But maybe that's just me. So yeah, I think that's it. I could continue with the quest, continue with leveling up, but I think I've seen enough in the closed beta phase 2 for now. Also, if the game actually does fixes its stuff or, you know, improves, and we will most certainly play it when it will release. I don't want to overly spoil myself. I might come back just a few more times to check the other game modes once my sanity energy, whatever they call it, sanity replenishes. Let me check. How could I access that menu? Was it here? Nope, nope, nope. Where was it? Was it here? Yeah. So we tried all the first 4 or 5 modes. We have the escort, capture, defense. Capture is it's gonna be a one-on-one replica of Warframe. There will be one dude that we have to knock down and then go to the body and press F to capture it, I believe. I assume. Escort, there will be a friendly NPC which we kind of have to navigate to the exit, I assume. Defense, they're gonna be an object like similar to the one with the core we just did, but instead of smashing the core we have to defend that core. It will be on our side. And relocation is I don't even know what that will be. That's my assumption. So I'm gonna vlog back just a few more times to check these, whatever these modes are, maybe elite challenges, maybe like similar to like the Stalker in Warframe, some little bit tougher elite, or like, you know, whatever the bosses were called, like similar to the Jackal, to the Porpoise boss thingy at the map plateau platform, and so on and so forth. And we are ending on a record fast speed time, not even 2 hours in, but I think that's as good enough as it can be for the game, to be honest. Because without the story, without me wanting to advance with the story and the lack of synergy, yeah, that's the only thing we could do is explore. However, I do not want to explore more than this, nor do I think I can, or I don't even know how far I can. I think maybe I might also wanna, if I wanna give it an absolutely fair chance, I might wanna do the main story a little bit further, because maybe I will be pleasantly surprised with the first real quote-unquote boss fight. Because Sibella was kind of like the beginner tutorial dragon boss in Star Rail, if I have to make a comparison. At least that's what I like to believe. So maybe if I give it some more time and effort and go to the next boss fight, maybe I will experience something similar to like Cocolia, which I am actually, I hope I will, but I'm not overly, you know, I'm not gonna go with the false hope that that will happen. However, I still want to give it a chance, a fair chance, and see what will actually happen. But that's for another day. To be fair, I'm kind of exhausted a little bit more today than last time. What else? Did I miss something? Gardrobe, are you still here? Do you have any other suggestions or views on the topic at hand, or are we good? Did I miss anything? Well, I guess you agree then. Or you're not here. Either or. Actually, now that we have the opportunity without any risks, because it will reset or wipe when it comes out, let me just do some pulls. This is probably one of the rare times where I give no fucks about the amount I have or for future things, because, yeah, this is a very special circumstance. So, where are the pools? This is the ballot pass, might as well. Nope. Where are the pools? That's not the pools. I guess it's in the events. Day 4? Nope. Bon voyage. Oh, we have trials. Okay. Actually, we know Rebecca, but I guess it doesn't hurt if we do the trials. Let's do the trials. Oh, I love this skin, by the way. How come she doesn't come like this by default? I mean, I know, give us more fucking money, but oh goddamn. Goddamn, she looks good like this.
Come closer.
And that's that. Oh, and I guess she is way stronger with her signature weapon as well. Yeah, like it's so vastly different. I mean, to be fair, I'd rather have that costume with this color, because that was just too much blue. Overly blue, if I can say, if that's an existing word. Overly blue. Okay. Now, her in this outfit is completely different than her original one, but we will see. And I do want to see the riding pig one. Truffle and something, I believe it's her name. So, Psyche. I mean, who wants to read? I want to experience it. Oh, no way. Is this a clone that will help us in combat? Or is this like similar to Sarin in Warframe, where they will attack the clone and maybe it will spore them? Basically, it will add DOT or something. I mean, one way to find out. No, not really. What's the ultimate does? Oh my god, we are so fairy. We are fairy princess. Okay. And we can just... Okay, what the fuck is this? Okay, now this is broken. And is it infinite duration? No way. Okay, this is broken. It's basically, whoever was it? There was a Warframe that could shrink and fly away all around and had like dual pistol builds. I don't remember her name, but I really loved that Warframe as well. She basically reminds me of that. I remember I used that Warframe for the early Eidolons as well. She was super good at it, just like, well, nowadays anything. I think it was Titania actually in Warframe. Titania might be the name of the Warframe. You could like shrunk into a pixie form. Yeah, I mean, I'm in love with this mechanic. I love Titania. I'm gonna love this character. I actually might want to pull for. I want to pull for her. Like that ultimate that just fly around and endlessly shoot barrages of shit is so good. Especially the flying part, because flying can be, as we know, used and abused. Piggy! Let's see what Piggy does. Well, that I don't know. It's a damage and the ultimate is a buff. Okay, let's see. She looks very cute, adorable. Personally. Okay. Oh, hello, Piggy. Okay. This is nuts. Oh, and we have the slam. Look at the pig icon when she lands. Well, I assume the pig is a her as well. This is cute just cuter than anything. But, yeah, it's not much different than anything else.
Special commissaries here.
It's actually quite slow. It's super adorable and super wonky. but it's not gonna be efficient. Unless it's very tight corridor spaces, in which case the psyche might not be efficient. But as far as I've seen map layouts, there will be more open space maps than tight corridor space like maps or situations. I assume. Okay, what is this? Main story, okay. Main story, I guess. Okay. So there is quite a lot of story chapters or whatever you want to call it. Why do we have 2 trials of Psyche? I don't really understand, but hey, double the rewards, I guess. Or is this a different Psyche?
Blow them away.
Nope, looks like the same. Well, you know what we are gonna do. Pew pew, pew 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 pew. Pew 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 pew. Pew pew. More arrow damage. Pew pew, pew 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 pew. I mean, yeah, can there be anything more efficient than this and safer? Like, it's just so good. Yeah, Titania. Thank you for confirming, Gardov. Like, I wasn't really sure about the name, but yeah, it's Titania. Like, it's basically Titania with the no shrinking effect. Also, if I'm correct, her Titania and her signature pistol, while she is in her flying fairy form, did have ammo limitations. To be fair, with a wonky build, because after some time Warframe enabled the exalted weapon patches as well. Because originally the exalted weapons were just only their things, but later on those exalted weapons could be modded as well. For example, Excalibur's exalted weapons, exalted blade, Ivara's bow, and in this case Titania's dual pistols as well. So yeah, with after the enabling of that, Titania's pistols can be built super broken. Like for example, a very fast reload recharge timing guns. You just spam all the 80 or 120 bullets out of it, wait half a second to reload, have all the bonus effects, and just continue to Gatling machine gun away. With the fast fire rate, fast reload, crit, hybrid, elemental status, whatever build you wanted to do. I think actually a crit build was for that because it had a very low status effect base. But I could be wrong. I'm just thinking, saying what how I remember it. You're saying they also changed it for pets a year or 2 ago, I think. I don't know. I haven't played at that time then. I was already over it. Oh, Kubros and weapons of Kubros and cards. I remember that you could mod the Kubrov and Kavats. I did not know they had weapons. So yeah, I'm too far off then. I did not even know that Kubrovs and Kavats could have their own weapons. Claws. Well, same thing. I did not know they have their own claws you can mod now. Yeah, okay. I mean, fair enough. That could also be fun. To be fair, by the time at the end game, I think Kubrovs were very obsolete, and Kavats and Sentinels were kind of the 2 best things to go with. In my opinion, at that time. So, interesting. I don't know why we got 2 CK trials, but again, like I said, I don't really care. Double the rewards for the same amount of fun. Won't argue with that. And with that said, now that we know what CK is like, where can I pull for her? Where can I pull for her? Here we go. And I don't even know what her weapon does. Is there any description what her weapon does? Oh, they were the exact same CK, just with different skins. Exact same skills, exact everything except the skin. Also, again, CK's weapon. Here's the weapon banner. How can I check what it does? Details. Okay, maybe if I click on here. Okay. So, Malice, whatever that is, plus 5%. After an Anemo or Oiro character uses their ultimate skill. Anemo? I don't even know what that other Anemo characters are there, but whatever. Well, it was kind of a skin and a trial at the same time, because as you've seen, both trials were the exact same. The one just had the normal skin, the other had the skin. But basically, like I said, I don't care. I did the two things the same. They were the same and I got double the rewards. So 1000 Winds Blessing increases whatever that is by 8% and attack speed by 15% for 15 seconds. Each instant of skill damage or ranged weapon damage extends duration by 0.2 seconds. I mean, okay. Well, let's go for the character first. Because we don't have a lot of pulls. That's something I have noticed, that the amount of pulls we have is so lackluster. People will have to be very careful for who they or what they pull for. That is a thing. Because I can only do 30 pulls and I'm already out. So that's it. Yeah, and we are doing the Destined Chrono because this is a 100% guarantee. And yeah. So I'm glad we did not even attempt the weapon banner. We do have standard banner pulls too. So let's go for 20 pulls here and see if we get anything. We actually do get something.
We meet in the blackest hour.
Oh god, we got the only male guy. Who I actually didn't want it to get. Okay.
I know what you wish to
Okay, we got the first tutorial boss, Sibella. I mean, I did like her lightning ability. It's basically the same as Rebecca, but the opposite. In a way that Rebecca summons her Medusas with her skill to deal AoE damage. She does the same thing with her ultimate to summon the big ball. But she can also like do a lightning strike, which it kind of looks like a stomp to me, but maybe I'm tripping. She kind of summons like lightnings with her skill, which can also deal AoE, but it's not continuous, it's just one time only. So yeah, I'm happy for that. Oh my god. Imagine if something like this were happen in the live service. Double 5-star back to back, like literally next to each other. You're saying for some reason she is whiter in the pool animation than she was in the cutscene. No, I don't know. Maybe it's just the lighting. Maybe that I am running it on a lower graphical settings than I originally did the times before. It's probably the later one because I'm. You gotta keep in mind I'm not on the higher end of the graphic settings right now. I'm on the lower end. So if anything else, that's the main difference. If there is a difference, because to be honest, I haven't noticed it. Also, give me a second, I'm having some issues. I thought I would be safe to tab out, but again, OBS is eating up everything right now. So even my voice might be chugging right now. Well, I guess the lower settings only helped for the first period of time until OBS kicked in. Because, yeah, I don't understand why the 1660 Super NVIDIA graphics card has such a hard time to process OBS when it's not even on a super high setting. Also, why it doesn't have the same issue with all the other games. including Arc Knights running on an emulator, including Honkai Star Rail, including Girls Frontline 2, including Limbus Company. uh, okay, I finally managed to close the chat overlay for a hot minute. Now, I don't even know if this will take a screenshot, actually, because it did not blink for me. So let me just check real quick, and I'll get back to you, Guardrobe, whenever I can reopen the chat overlay. Okay, the chat overlay is open again. So hopefully you did not wrote anything that I missed in between this 1 minute window. And now I have to slowly but surely wait until I can open up my picture folders and see if the screenshot actually worked or not. Because for some reason, yeah, this game, how it handles the game window or the game process itself, it seems to be very, very different, like very not optimized for PC. Or it's just a streaming thing. Because again, I do believe, now that I mentioned it, I do believe that is incorrect, because while I was not streaming, it was okay. So it might not be a PC port thing, it might actually be just a streamer thing or streaming thing. Which sucks, to be honest, but what can I do? I mean, the only thing I could do is upgrade, but I won't spend thousands of dollars upgrading just because of this. I'm rather just gonna tough it out. Wait a few minutes, and hey, if the game is portrayed worse than it is because of, you know, my inability to play it on a higher graphical setting, well, that's not my issue, I guess. Like I said, I tried it. I tried to be fair. I tried it on the very highest settings I could. And yeah, we got here because that couldn't work. Yeah, Windows is shitting itself right now, so it's working on it, literally, quote unquote, working on it. Come on. Come on. Yeah, that could be an option, but like I said, I'm not gonna forfeit the 1080p 60 FPS. Like, I'm not going to go lower than that. Also, another option, it could be that I will only stream it at 1080p 60 FPS without the lower resolution. However, number one, if there is no lower resolution, that also makes it that people might not want to stay lurking around because it takes a bit too much of their bandwidth. And second of all, streaming also at a lower resolution literally doesn't take as many resources away than just streaming it on a quality. Oh, trust me, the other encoders are even worse. Like, I already tested that. And now that you mentioned trying different ways, I'm also gonna tell you I tried multiple settings with this game. I even tried to open it in DirectX 11, which was only meant for cases if the game crashes. And in DirectX 11, oh boy, in DirectX 11, like, the GPU was just eaten up. But I see the screenshot has been taken, so I'm gonna go back in the game, and I'm gonna do one more temple. Purple. Okay. I mean, I couldn't be salty about that. We got a double 5-star on the first temple. So that's very nice. So, with that said, now we have stuff to do. Actually, Rebecca, I would invite you out on a date. Sibella. I think I can level you up to level 20, just the same way as I did with Rebecca. And I think I can up... No ascension materials. Well, I cannot ascend you. The guy, I don't think I want to even level him up.
Are we going on an adventure today?
This character, though. I so love this character, but I also love the healer. So... yeah, I think I'm gonna run Sibella and her normally, and I will just call down the healer occasionally when I need it. I might think of leaving the healer as it is on level 1. I don't like her design, but I love her combat style. Yeah, I will try it. I mean, we've seen his abilities. I mean, you know what? Let's deploy him. So we have, you know, the normals. We have the charged one. Okay, he is literally Garen. Spin to win with the charged attack. What is his? Rubbish bin? What the fuck? Sorry, I just encountered this shit. So this is its dodge roll attack. Okay. The slammy slam. First skill, the E. Well, he has some sort of phantom hands, and what is the ultimate? Okay, in ultimate he turns into like Wolverine. I mean, not gonna lie, that is cool, but it's very short. His ultimate, he turns into like this monstrous Wolverine berserk mode. Now, it could be doing a ton of damage. I don't know, I just hit the air, but yeah. That is too short. Too short of a burst. I'd rather just stay with Rebecca, having the long, sustainable AoE damage of Medusa instead of this deep. Like, unless this is super OP against one target, because let's be honest, the cleave that was the claws did was not a huge area. Then yeah, I think I'm just gonna skip him. It was cool though. I don't know what kind of Valkyrie you refer to, because there are many games with Valkyries. If it's Warframe, I do not know. Oh yeah, actually, never mind. Warframe did have a Warframe called Valkyrie. But wait, is he invulnerable as well while in his ultimate form? Because that would be the literal Valkyrie. Oh, okay, I see. Well, it does read something over here, 135 out of 180. So if I go into form again, well, now it's 150. Well, to be fair, I probably need to read this character, but yeah, for now, I'm just gonna stick to Sibella. She is way more simple to understand. She is flashy as well, hot as well, and yeah, bigger AoE. And a continuous AoE at that. With no finicky mechanic of, keep track of this, build up that. No, I just press it and it does the thing. Again, if the payout is good for the guy, if it's super OP, you're invulnerable, so on and so forth, then yeah, maybe I will consider it, but for now, just looking at it as a new player and a beginner, I'm definitely gonna say, fuck him. Again, endgame, if I'm wiser and, you know, if it's better than I assume it is right now, it could change my mind and viewpoint, but for now, absolutely no way I am interested in the guy. Yeah, hopefully. I mean, that's only an assumption we can, or at least I can make, now that you mentioned he is similar to Valkyrie. I do wonder if we will have a character, like a tanky character like Rhino or Inaros. you know, who can literally will be invincible and have self-sustaining heals or whatnot. I mean, it might be too OP for this game, but hey, it worked for Warframe. You could just be Inaros and Rhino and just stay on the map and dance around while everything hits you and shoots you and have zero issues. And occasionally, before the nerfed version of the Zenith Star, you can just throw out the Zenith Star, aka the Flaming Disc, and, you know, stay dancing around while all the melee units charge at you and die. Referring to not the Corpus or the Grineer units, but the third one, the Infested units, who mostly consisted of melee units. I think it was called the Infested, actually. Whatever. Actually, it is a stomp! So I was not tripping. Yeah, it's a fucking heal. And her ultimate, the AoE ball. Yeah, this has quite a big of an AoE range. I wish they would have like a circle on the ground to show how big the AoE range is. Because with Rebecca, if you summon a Medusa, there is a clear range limit on it. And it's shown very visibly. With her ultimate, I don't understand why they didn't do like a purple circle or whatever. Because here you can clearly see the range. Well, it's not so much visible in the snow with the bright blue and the white, but you understand what I'm saying. There's the range. The circle. Okay, I mean... yeah. I mean, I'm good with that for today. And with that, I think I talked about most of the things I wanted to. Let me just get my thoughts together real quick. Have I missed anything? It's a mix of Genshin Impact and Warframe. The functions of Warframe that I've had time to think about, and now it makes a little bit more sense. My concerns, the possibilities of the game, the flaws of the game, the potential of the game. What else? Now we talked about nuances, about characters and more similarities. The feedback I already gave. Yeah, and how I will proceed to see what this game has to offer in the test phase, continue onwards with the story until the next boss fight. Now that I have more characters, I can actually look at them and judge their looks, their voice lines, their battle kits and whatnot. But that's gonna be for a different day, because I'm not just gonna do a first impression. I want to do an in-depth thing. Just because I am very impressed with Rebecca and Sibella right now doesn't necessarily mean that they are better units than the guy. Short term or longer term. But those are just my first impressions, so I want to give everyone a fair chance and objectively like break them down. And yeah, I mean, that's kind of it. Thank you for joining, Gardro. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you and potentially others tomorrow for some Limbus company. I had a little bit of plan prepared for that, so looking forward to it. Stay safe, and let's hope we will see more gacha games similar to Expedition 33 quality. I mean, I would love to see that if more games were similar in quality like that game. On the other hand, just me personally, I hope the quality is just a tiny bit worse than that. Just because I wanna play it normally, you know, with my PC build, and potentially I would love to stream it as well. Because the only reason I didn't stream Expedition 33 is because I could barely run it on my PC with the lowest settings at 60 FPS, not to mention if I were to try it. I did not even attempt to stream it. So... drinking stream. Take a shot each time you click skip. I mean... I appreciate the idea, but I have to object to that for two reasons. Number one, I don't drink alcohol. Like, I hardly ever or very rarely drink alcohol. I drink like on birthdays, like 2 or 3 times per year, on occasions when the family meet, and like, you know, occasions like, I mean, Christmas, New Year. But that's it. I can count on 2 hands how much I drink per year. And the amount I drink is very, very little, so if I drink like 2 cans of beer, I'm already good. If I were to do what you suggested, I would be hammered in like 10 minutes because, you know, I skip a lot of nonsensical yapping, which seems to be overly abundant nowadays in games, especially in free-to-play gacha games, but I can understand that. It's just, hey, I want quality. I want a game to be a game. I don't want a game to be a book. If I want to read a book, I'll read a book. If I want to play a game, I want to play a game and not read a book. Simple as that. Okay, that's good. Anywho, yeah, see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.